Alright, now that we know a little bit about what is yoga, we're diving slowly deeper into the history of yoga and its philosophy. So, today we're going to dive right into this yoga history, and which has been with us for thousands of years and still resonates deeply with us today. Yoga origins trace back over 5,000 years in ancient India. It is originally developed as a way to achieve spiritual enlightenment, not just as a physical practice. The early days of teaching of yoga were found in Vedas, as you know, but nowadays the teaching has evolved with key texts like the Gitas and the Sutras of Patanjali, providing us a deeper philosophical foundation. Okay, before we go further and deeper in this, let's clarify and understand the Vedas deeply first. So the Vedas are the revelations of the mystics or the yogis. So the term Veda generally means knowledge, which explains the universal truth and its various dimensions through the sound of energies. So these Vedas are considered to be the oldest spiritual works in the world. However, the Vedas are not taught to or have been revealed to a certain person or person at a specific historical moment. They are believed to have been only existed, and they were seen only to people or yogis in deep meditative states at some point prior to 1500 BCE, but precisely when is unknown. They just simply existed in oral form and just were passed from master to student over generations until they were committed to be written between 1500 up to 500 BCE. They were carefully preserved orally, as masters would have students memorize them forwards and backwards with emphasis on exact pronunciation in order to keep what was originally heard intact. The Vedas are then regarded as Shrutis in the tradition to mean what is heard, in contrast with other texts designated Smritis, what is remembered, which are composed and written by various yogis based on their own personal experiences. That's the Shrutis or the Vedas, or the Smritis. There are around 18 Puranas, but we're not going to dive so deep into that, but at least let's mention the 4 Vedas. These are Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, and Atharvaveda, each of which divide deeper and deeper in different types of texts, but generally they also represent rituals, observances, and predictions, prayers, mantras, philosophical narratives, and dialogues. Now that we have understood and discussed the Vedas, we're going to come later on to the Gitas. Before diving to the Gitas, we are going to discuss about the concept of union, where union is at the core of yoga, and it's about the individual self or Atman with the universal consciousness, which we call Brahman. It is about finding balance in all aspects of life, which is physical, the mental, and the emotional dimensions, which we have discussed earlier. Over the years, as yoga evolved over time, different schools and styles emerged. In the 19th and the 20th centuries, yoga started to gain popularity in the West, largely through the efforts of pioneers and who integrated yoga into their modern life. Now today, we see different forms of yoga, including Hatha, Ashtanga, Vinyasa, Bikram, and more, each offering a unique approach while remaining grounded in these ancient teachings. The history, yoga, and everything about the Vedas and the Gitas can be broad and overwhelming. But for now, as we understand, modern yoga may seem focused on physical practice. I want us all to understand the philosophy behind it remains just as relevant. So the principles of yoga can help you and your yoga students lead more balanced lives, teaching each and every one of us mindfulness, compassion, patience, and discipline.